Yeah, I've been
Lubavitch,
following the Israeli conflict. I don't know if y'all are aware that's still going on.
Is it?
still, bro. It's been
Yeah,
like what the fuck?
Dude, like
it
fucking
It's been
sucks.
10
like
things
my
have happened so
entire
far.
life. What the hell?
It feels
Yeah.
like it's been going on for a minute.
They're so close to solving it though, just like fucking right there.
Get a little bit more money. A couple more bucks.
Just a couple more dollars. What do you need them for? I just am asking for $2 billion. What's a quick $4 billion? $6 billion and this is over. You know, that's they just
I love when Biden was like, look, you can have all the rockets, the missiles, the self-defense. Here's the machine guns. Here's the ammo for them. Here are the grenades. Here's some poison gas. Don't say shit about it. But look, you can't have any more 2,000-pound bombs. We haven't dropped those since World War II. What are you doing? And they were like, America has abandoned us in our hour of need.
Did they really say that? That's not
Yes,
fair.
it
I
became a
feel
whole
like
thing.
I think I've heard some stuff like I heard they're like yeah, that's enough for now, and they're like, I can't believe that you've done this to us.
Dude, they're 2,000-pound bombs. I think they're dumb bombs, as in you're just like, that looks about right. Drop it. Like they're, and you know, you've seen the battlefield. That part, I was like, that's wild. And then, look, I know what propaganda is, but I can't always sift through the propaganda and how horrific the world can actually be sometimes. But they were saying, this Arab guy on the street, they were saying there were lots of reports that the IDF was using dogs to rape Palestinian prisoners. He's like, they bring in special trained dog to humiliate prisoner in terrible way. And I was like, Jesus Christ. That's the worst thing I've ever heard.
I saw that.
That gets my propaganda alarm spinning.
Does
no,
it?
but they had I saw that clip, and I did see, like, not long after they showed footage of an IDF dog that was attacking like a Palestinian woman. But then later it was found out that dog was no longer with the IDF. Like they had taken the dog. The dog was found dead, and it had they had like strapped it to explosives. So whoever goes to the dog to get it, it was booby trapped, and that dog had the footage. That footage came from that dog, and that dog's camera, and it was not like with the IDF when that scenario was happening with the women. So there's like a lot of dog talk, and then they said that the IDF were raping the prisoners with dogs.
Yeah,
and then like I remembered that girl Brianna, that reporter. She had like a hostage's sister on, and that hostage's sister was like, yeah, you know, these hostages, they've been coming back and saying that they've been sexually assaulted. And she was like, ugh, and like rolled her eyes at that, and she ended up losing her job. But I just thought it was funny that like this woman who was sister of the hostage was like, yeah, they're being raped out there. And she was like, yeah, right. And then they were like, yeah, the IDF have dogs. And she was like, the Zionist dog is raping people. That's 100% believable.
Yeah.
Like rolling your eyes at the person, but then being, yeah, anyways. But you never know everything. Everything we never know, right?
Yeah.
It's true. There's no way to know.
The dog was circumcised, so I'm suspect.
Every dog is. That's why we do it.
No.
We do it. We based it on the dogs. Look at that thing. Look at that. Don't you like that?
Do you wish you had like a belly sheath for your penis? Keep it out of the way when
during
you're doing,
COVID, I did.
Doing sports.
During COVID, I earned one. Trust me.
Put on some pounds. Just
I'd like take my fingers and like push fat back to like piss.
Oh. Are you familiar with Bad Dragon toys? Sex toys?
No.
Yes, you've shown me this website like half a dozen times now.
Yeah, I mean, I got a discount code there, so I'm just trying to cash in.
It's like women who want to like read fantasy romance books about like a werewolf love story and then fuck a fantasy werewolf penis.
Oh, they're like crazy dicks?
Yeah, crazy dicks. Like everything you can imagine. And like they're so popular that now there's
I'm imagining just like my dick but blue right now. Like I don't have enough imagination.
It doesn't look anything like a human. You couldn't look at one and think it was a human penis. Like it looks like animal penises. Like they have names like dog names and dragon names. I don't know what a dragon name would be.
Dog names? Oh, they're like
yeah.
furry dildos.
like they're still plastic or whatever, but like
No,
it'll
but I
be
meant, like,
it'll
for
be
gift.
named like the Fido or something, right? Kyle, you know.
Right?
I think I remember.
Oh, look
Fido.
at this
Maybe
one.
I'm
This one,
making that up.
it's like new from Bad Dragon candy, and it's just this dragon pussy.
I think
They
the
got
dog.
these two kaiju battling, but whatever everyone's listening, picturing in their head, it's not as cool as that. It looks more like a commissioned art piece from someone who desperately wants to be drawing porn instead.
Yeah. See, like Marcel
Rex, good pup.
the were croc. What is a were croc?
Good pup.
You know,
I'm seeing good pup quite a bit
It's
here.
a crocodile bitten by a werewolf.
Okay.
Now it is a werecroc.
I don't
Oh,
like
here's
that.
Aquadrax. Now, I guess if I had a vagina, this Aquadrax isn't that bothersome. But these ones where you could put an egg inside and then lay an egg inside.
Yes,
The woman is a little. That's a little more than.
Yeah.
dude.
Then-
Put
but
on
like-
It's
aliens.
a little gauche.
You
Put on aliens?
You put eggs in it inside this dildo, and then they put it inside them, and then the dildo releases the eggs inside you.
Yeah, and they come with that really gooey, drippy lube.
What's
So
this
it
called?
looks
What's
like-
that called? That action, the action of doing that, putting that in your.
Oh,
Pegging?
No. That's
No,
like
no.
when a girl
That-
puts
that's
a
a strap
strap
on.
on, and yeah.
Oh, this is hilarious. Like, did you see Winston's tongue? This is the
just a
funniest
big
one on
long
that
tongue.
whole
They
page.
also make like octopus tentacles. It's just one long tentacle. That's good stuff. Yeah, wonderful company and friend of the show.
Great company. This episode is brought to you by Bad Dragon, the finest fantasy dildos for your asshole's pleasure or your vagina's pleasure, whatever.
They're
Whatever
really
you got
just-
down there. It's called
they're
the
really-
front hole.
I would let's get a sponsorship with Bad Dragon going.
I
These
tried.
are.
We have to like wheel ourselves in next episode, and it's like, yeah, I tried the fucking Minotaur dick, and I got a colostomy bag now.
I got the eggs.
I got the eggs. One, I thought it only held 4, but I feel something up there. It's not coming out.
This thing come with 3 or 4 eggs. This is vitally important.
Yeah, it's like isn't that a Dirty Harry scene? How many
Yeah,
times
yeah.
did I shoot?
Yeah. Oh yeah, you nailed it.
How many
exactly what he
times
said.
did I shoot my gun? You may ask yourself at this important juncture of the film.
Yeah, that's it.
Was it merely 5 times or perhaps 6? Remember that classic scene? Is
That's not what he says at all.
that not it?
No, that's a good
He's-
fucking scene.
He's
Oh
shooting
man,
Indians
this
or
is so
something?
funny. I didn't know what this was. I thought I was looking. I'm like, this looks like a regular penis. What's the deal with this thing? Terrible sound clip, by the way.
That's okay.
But I was like, what is it? But it's called a fantasy packer, and you put it in your pants, so that you're like you got a bulge, so that like you're like taking up space in there.
How much is that thing?
Worth it. 65 bucks.
Jesus, dude.
You can
Dude,
get
you
an
can go out.
ultimate-
You can go to places and like have your phone by your bulge, and then you could upload like a bulge watchers video. Yeah. Hey.
So you just put your soft penis into this like
no,
plastic
this
thing,
is for
and then
people
you
who don't
wear it
have a
around?
penis.
Oh no, I was thinking that I would be putting my small soft penis inside of this.
Oh, does it have a?
Because you
does
can,
it have
I thought you could. I had no idea, but they're small, medium, and large.
on the back?
And then there's firmness. You could choose the firmness like extra soft. Like how soft do you want that penis inside your pants to be?
This doesn't seem like a very functional sex toy.
I think this is
What?
for ladies. Or excuse me, sorry, trans people,
I think it's for everyone. I think it's for
individuals
everyone.
without penises.
Yeah. That's the next, marketing thing. Packers are for everyone. Everyone should feel comfortable putting their flaccid penis in Rex the werewolf's, penis and
Yeah, I
wearing it
got a
around
Rex.
town.
What do you do here? Like you is there like a belt to fasten it to you, or you just like stick it in your underwear? Because what if it goes upside down and the balls
there's
are
a-
on top?
there's
You
gotta-
can't just be there like adjusting things.
Yeah.
There's
You
got to be
just
an
have this
attachment.
thing all day on.
And what if you happen to get aroused at the thought of having this whole ordeal that you're putting yourself through? What if you like
Mission
that arouses you,
accomplished.
but now your penis boner is pushing away the packer, and you just have like this weird tube, misshaped penises inside your pants?
Yeah.
What's going on here? What are we doing, guys?
There's a lot of
What are we
answers
doing?
needed. And it says here that packers are available only in extra soft. So there's so any sort of sex stuff off the table with this.
See,
thing.
that's what's annoying, bro. Like woke media is ruining everything. We used to be
I
able to get
fucking
the
hate the
hardest
woke media.
packers, bro.
Yeah, that's
Comedy's
Trudeau's Canada.
at risk.
The Democrats are trying to take your Chico Lil Squirt self-coming penis away from you.
They'll never
We
take
have
my
no
Chico
freedom.
little squirt self-coming penis from me.
No, they'll never will. Like you can get a Sea Dragon Lil Squirt self-coming penis
I want an
for
amendment
$40.
guaranteeing my right to whatever you just said. That awful thing.
To a Sea Dragon
got
Lil
it.
Squirt?
Mm-hmm.
For only $40?
If Woody's something happened to Woody, you definitely got to collaborate with them and have Woody's dead dick.
Oh. Woody,
He's okay though, right? I really did. In my heart, I would feel very bad.
We don't
if
know.
that's-
We don't know. If he's not okay, we're going to have to delete the first half hour of this episode.
hand
No,
to
that's
God,
for
we
the,
have
that's
no
for the
idea.
patrons.
That's for the patrons. Yeah, they could get that far. Yeah, hopefully he's fine. But he does engage in a lot of hobbies that are dangerous. Like if Kyle was ever late, I would just be like, oh, he's sleeping. Like he probably just overslept. He's on one of his grinds with Tarkov or something.
It would be an alarm going bad, is what it would be, because I always take a nap like for an hour before the show, and I have that a really good internal clock, so it's rare that I don't wake up like a minute before my alarm and stop it. But sometimes I mix up the AM PM, like in that Seinfeld episode. It's not the AM PM, and I just don't get an alarm.
Second
that day.
knob. There were
Yeah.
2 dials.
It's always that. And then I think there was an Android like update snafu that just made alarms not work for like a day. So that made a huge part of America late, I'm sure. Or maybe it was Apple. I don't remember which. I just remember my alarm not working. I used two different
What is
phones.
that? That's ringing a bell. What happened?
Like the alarm notifications just didn't work after an update for some people for a day or two, and before they figured it out and fixed it. Because I remember my alarm didn't work that day. I didn't wake up.
Huh. Well, it's all fixed now, so we know that's not the issue.
Yeah. Oh, I don't know what Woody's issue is. He's either completely forgotten that we moved, even though we all sort of, said we'd be here, or he's just in a lot of he's hurt. Somewhere in a
He's in
cornfield
trouble
somewhere.
with some gangs.
He's
I
been
hope
flying
not.
over their turf.
That'd
I mean,
be
there's
so
no way they'd like
crazy.
that. If he started a gangland like warfare.
No.
scenario.
Like
An
just biker
Israeli.
gang shit.
It's an Israeli
bikers.
who
The IBF.
It's an Israeli who is traumatized from the October 7th para attacks, and he moved to North Carolina, and then he sees Woody coming one day. They're here to finish us off, and he just went anti-air on Woody.
Sarah, they found us.
I told you they never stop looking. Like,
I have a very specific and silly set of skills. I will fly at you. You will hear me coming.
by the way, that's how Mossad rolls. Like post World War II, they would send these little hit squads down to South America, and they'd scoop up Nazis, and they'd like beat the shit out of them, tie them up, and sneak them out of the country all the way back to Israel, then put them on trial and kill them.
Wow. So they were just suspecting random blonde guys named Hans, little bigoted.
They're like,
Yeah.
he'll do. Look at him.
family
He
has
looks like
been
he
here.
would have.
For 20, 30 months. Like that's how that would go. They'd get
That
him.
was. There's still those German communities down there in South America. Like the architecture is like turn of the century German, and like you said, like so many Nazis fled there. It's
Yeah.
How
weird that
competent, like when you think about like Mossad and CIA and these like how competent are we talking?
I think they're pretty competent. Like Mossad,
medium.
CIA.
So like the most publicized and famous examples of their competency would be after, was it Black September at the Munich Olympics? This terrorist group kidnapped several Israeli athletes and tried to sneak them out of Greece onto a plane back to wherever they were from, Syria or I don't know. And there was a huge shootout. All the Israeli hostages died. All the bad guys died. And the country was embarrassed and they wanted revenge. And they sent Mossad into Europe to get it. They wanted anyone who'd had a hand in that attack. And they kept killing. And they killed the guy who would replace the guy. And I'm talking about shootings, bombings, stabbings, every way you can imagine. There's a really good movie about it where you go, they put explosives in this guy's phone, and then they sit outside and they call him, and the phone opens, and he blows himself up with C4. But the movie's called Munich. And then obviously
they also timed sending anonymous flowers and condolence for the person's loss, at the same time. So they would be like, "What are you talking about?" And then would find out later that happened. But that's it's also a movie. It makes it and that movie's interesting because they're not fully competent. There's some major fuck ups and there's beef amongst their ideologies. And then there's this crazy scene where they're paired up, sharing a room with the guys that are their targets. And they're all both groups are trying to play it cool. Those guys don't know that they're Israeli though, because they're Israeli. They look like 5 different types of people.
Yeah.
And it's just a crazy scene, and they keep changing the radio. They can't agree on the radio, 2 of them. The Jewish guy goes over and puts on a song, and the Arabic guy goes over and changes it, and then they go and they agree on something. But that's always Hollywood, and when I hear about it, all that stuff, I remember I did a project on it back in the day. We had to do all these. It was just, we had to base it on a movie and do a project. And I actually ended up doing it on, not Munich, something else, but about the same thing. And I wonder, because that makes it sound really competent, bombing a phone and sending the thing, flowers to them and hunting them down and sending agents to other countries that speak a different language. And I think about the level of competency that it would take to organize some mass crazy event, to some world changing event that's planned and you guys did it, but you goofed up because you were dancing at the scene. It just doesn't seem likely that the level of competency to orchestrate that is also the same level of competence to actually dance and take pictures in front of it. So that's where I'm always so I don't believe that, these guys were Mossad agents there. I know there's that whole story is refuted and whatever, blah, blah, blah. But I'm just it's crazy that people's idea of the competency is to execute something like that, but also be dancing there. And I wonder if it's damn, if the CIA, Mossad, and these organizations that we don't even know about, if their level of competency is super high, then everything that we know and theorize about now is part of the plan. Everything we're doing now, sometimes I'm just everything that's happening now, if there really is a secret organization, a secret pulling the strings, then this is literally all part of the plan.
Yeah. Or there's probably just a mixed bag. There's parts, some missions go off without a hitch for the CIA, Mossad, whatever, of the S tier intelligence agencies, and then other ones like Bay of Pigs or whatever are just, it's the same people. It just doesn't pan out.
Yeah, it seemed like Cuba we really struggled with. Maybe it was because we didn't have agents who could infiltrate, or maybe that everyone was just a true believer down there, like in Castro's regime, because they tried to kill Castro on several occasions. They tried poisoning him. They tried dosing him with LSD prior to a speech so he'd be wacky and lose confidence. They tried poisoning him in a way that would make his beard fall out because that was his thing. They tried poisoning him and killing him, and they failed every time. And then the Bay of Pigs thing as well, another huge. And if you look at the Bay of Pigs,
but then his level of competency is they're are you scared? He's no, I have a son, a secret son, part of my plan. We won't benefit right now, but one day we will benefit. We will invade from the inside.
Dude, I'm so just looking at those pictures. The pictures are all I have to see to be like, oh fuck, Trudeau's Castro's kid, 100%. Have you seen what Trudeau's like supposed dad looks like?
I've seen it.
Fucking,
I've seen it.
He may as well be Japanese. That's how little they look alike. And then
It's-
you see like the same nose hump, the same like side silhouette from him and Castro.
What I haven't been following your politics very well. Occasionally, I see that conservative guy, the one who was eating the apple, and with the reporter. She's like asking him,
he's literally pulls all the Trump plays and puts them to work. They're like, how do you feel about like this or that and this or that? And he's like eating an apple. They're like, how do you feel about this or that? He's like, gay question. Next.
Gay question. You're banned. Get him out of here.
he may have been outdoors in like maybe an apple orchard. I don't know where he was, something like that. I don't know.
Apple.
I would hope so. Like,
When are
otherwise
your
he brought
elections?
an apple.
When are your elections? When does Trudeau have to defend again?
I thought it was 2025. I'm not exactly sure.
It's Canadian politics are so funny.
Someone will tell me. You ever see Canadian politics where they're yelling at each other, like in like the House of Commons? There, you ever see those videos?
No,
they're like
yell?
they're like on opposite sides, with like someone in the middle, like with a gavel, and they like get turns like roasting each other. like the finance minister was like pointing out, I think she's pointing out Pierre. She was like, look at him, he's wearing more makeup than me and I'm a woman. And everyone's like, oh, on one side, and the other side's like, shut up.
Shut
And then it goes back to him and he's like, no, we're not continuing until she gives me an apology. And he like bangs. He's like, apologize. She's like, I refuse to apologize. And like, it's just, I don't understand how it works.
Wait,
I mean,
is it October 25th this year, Zach?
October 2025.
Who's to say?
2025. October 2025. Okay.
Yeah, it's just crazy. Like Canada's wild.
Yeah, I mean, like, it is funny to think of like the Canadian politicians arguing that vehemently amongst each other. It's like, guys, you're Canada. Like, it's not that serious. Like, it's all right. It's gonna pan out.
You can't underestimate Canada these days, because we had Rick Ross came to Canada and played the Kendrick Drake diss song at the end of his concert, and all these Vancouver gangsters like rolled up on him and beat up his crew, and they had to like security had to like rush him out. They like beat up his whole squad and like threw a drink in his face and started attacking him.
There's gangsters in Vancouver.
Yeah. Oh, Vancouver does have like quite a few gangsters. Some great videos that you could look up, like Vancouver gangsters.
Huh.
There's
I thought Vancouver was. I always thought of that as super
Bindi Johal's a good place to start if you wanted to see just like what it's just interesting to look.
Is that the
like,
name of the gang?
It's a guy. Yeah, he was like a brown dude, a gangster, and like he was like on the news. He'd be like on the news and say shit. Like people knew him. He was kind of like a celebrity a bit. Like he was famous, infamous. He would be on like the news talking and shit talking. And but there's a bunch of videos of him. But like, and then even like in Canada, like we had our freedom convoy thing.
Yeah,
Not
I remember
quite
that.
like January 6th, but they
were like, we're not going to get vaccinated and we're going to honk our horns. Mm-hmm. And then I remember people at the time being like, this is traitorous and dangerous. And it's like, seems to me like a bunch of sunglasses and profile pic boomers just kind of being like, you're not going to make me do something I don't want to do.
But what was weird is like they needed money for their movement, and then the government like froze their bank accounts.
Oh,
that was a major
terrible.
like strange turning point for me personally.
Yeah.
Where I was like, and I was never like, yeah, go there and honk the horns. Like I know people that lived in that area and hated it. It was hell for them. But like, it's so funny because like I wasn't about the freedom convoy. I was like, whatever. But then when the bank accounts got frozen, every single thing in the years before that looked different. Like in an instant, things looked different to me. It was bizarre.
Yeah, it's
and
like,
then actually to piggyback on that, like I mean, it's like I'm not gonna be like, oh, I love Benjamin Netanyahu or whatever it is about Israel. It's like does Israel do all the things that I would have done if I were Israel? No, but there's something weird about, my university having Netanyahu hanging, like a hanging effigy from the gates, and he's like wearing straight pajamas. So it's like, I don't know about this Jew in straight pajamas that you have hung up at my university, but like that stays there. And they gave out pamphlets with like encouraging people to like come for this summer camp thing. And there's like on the pamphlet, there was a dude with an AK-47. And like that, is weird. 'Cause it's like, well, I'm not saying freeze their bank accounts either. And they shouldn't. And I'm not saying that, but now double the fact that you shouldn't have froze Freedom Convoy bank accounts.
Why do they have the ability to freeze bank accounts? Like, there should be one with that power. Like, for that to happen, it should be like someone from Homeland Security. I don't know what your equivalent is, but they're the terrorist guys that we invented in 2001 to watch over us and protect us,
safe.
wrap us up like a blanket in the night and look at our emails. So those guys would contact like Bank of America or what have you and be like, hey, this Harley guy, we got to freeze all his money.
This guy's got a lot of fertilizer for living in an urban area.
Yeah, either he's got a huge putting green or we're in trouble.
Mm-hmm. Yeah,
So
they shouldn't be able to freeze anyone's bank accounts. It's fucking
being able to
wild.
I think they did something with their PayPals too. Like they froze donations that were coming through on PayPal also.
I saw that. Like sites like GoFundMe will do that all the time.
By the way, that was the lie that I was told to tell if I wanted lots of ammonium nitrate from a fertilizer store, putting in a putting green.
Really? I guess it makes sense. That would take a ton of it, right?
Well, I think they do. I think they do something to fertilizer grade ammonium nitrate now that makes it not great for explosives.
It seems like something you should have, led with, like do that off the start.
Well, they didn't realize somebody would do what they did. I'm pretty sure that's true because I know I've tried to use fertilizer grade and it didn't work. I know when you buy the explosives grade stuff, they say prilled. I don't know what prilled means. I never looked it up. I don't know if it means that they like make tiny perforations in each pellet or if it's just the nature of what the pellets are shaped like and that it comes in extruded pellets or whatever.
Yeah.
But in any case, like, that was what I was like. Yeah, tell him you're putting in a putting green because he's going to be like, he's not going to want to give you all pure ammonium nitrate. He's going to want to give you some 30,
yeah,
20,
we can't, talk about these turning point issues with the government and then start talking about bombs right after though.
Well, I think we should have, so you got to have some freedoms here. You shouldn't be coming and looking into why I'm buying 8 tons of ammonium nitrate. I'm an American. God damn it. It's none of your business.
Who loves to golf.
I need 8 tons of ammonium nitrate, and it's none of your business why. That's how I want the law to be. You got some banker,
damn libs,
some lib banker looking down his nose at my fertilizer purchases.
Wow, down his nose, huh?
No dog whistling there at all. Not even 2 or 3.